Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and glad you could attend. Come inside, Movie Maniacs, as we take a look at a new film that won't be out until June, but we get an early look at Amityville: No Escape, brought to us by Henrik Quotu, and basically we get the story of a group of college kids doing a study on fear, and they decide the best place to do this is in the deep dark woods that is outside the America's most haunted town, Amityville, namely the woods near the famous Amityville house. Well, intercut between the footage of these college students doing their study in the creepy woods, we also get footage of a single female who is living in the Amityville house and all the creepy stuff that happens to them. And so we got creepy stuff in the woods and creepy stuff happening to her, and we see how that is intercut and two stories. And do they become one? Well, you'll have to watch the film to find out. Folks, Amityville: No Escape, I will say, surprised me. I was like, okay, here we go, another Amityville film. And it was found footage, which, as you know, is a hard sell for me. But what Henrik does in this film is make sure that the found footage, while you still have the aesthetic there, is not distracting you from the story. And I appreciate that. We still get the moving camera, but it is not nearly as shaky as Blair Witch or some of these other nausea-inducing found footage films. So I was very impressed there with the camera work and the care that was taken for these shots. You could tell what was going on, but it didn't reveal everything to you to help keep that creepiness. And I loved the cast of characters that he has in here as well amongst these college kids that we have. We have some of those tropes we've seen in the past, but they didn't feel cliche. They just felt familiar, but I liked how they were handled as well. And who really stood out for me, though, was the footage of the single female who's living in the Amityville house. Now, the character, we don't actually get the name of it, but it's played, the character is played by Julia Gomez, and her character is basically a married woman. Her husband's off to serve, and we get to see her trying to get the house ready for them to live in, and all the creepy stuff that happens in an Amityville house. And I loved those segments quite a bit. There's particularly a scene in there involving a vintage dress that she finds that I thought was particularly creepy. And yeah, I really liked how this film was paced. It kept up some tension, especially as the kids got into the woods and the creepy stuff started happening, but it kept you interested. And again, the found footage wasn't distracting at all. These kids are making this documentary, so it's kind of done in documentary style, and I liked it, and it gave a reason for them to be shooting all the time, which is usually one of the biggest, toughest things for a found footage film to justify. So Amityville: No Escape, I think, is going to be worth your time, especially if you're a found footage fan. I believe June 13th is when it is out on VOD and wide release, so make sure you keep your ears to the ground for that one. I think you'll be interested and find it rather entertaining. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate every single one of you. And as always, remember, keep that ticket stub.